Yeah. What do we want? You know, one of the demands, for example, should be for the US to remove its military bases. Surely that is some form of imperialism when some country puts its army base in your country. What the hell is that? So these are some of the things we need to start reversing. Anybody else who wants to make a comment, ask a question?
He has explained all that needed to be explained. This world order, this world economic order, political order, social order, cultural order is not benefiting us. We are not benefiting from this order. We have been on this path for more than 500 years. For more than 500 years at the service of others, enabling others to live better, while our conditions deteriorate. We have been on this path to Calvary for too long. We have carried this heavy cross for too long. When we are about to reach the top, we go down, rolling back. We have been pushing the border for too long, rolling back all the time we are near the top. We have fought our liberation wars. We have resisted for too long. When we gain some mileage, when we gain some victory, that is also taken away from us. When we construct a new leadership for ourselves, that leadership is toppled. When we gain our independence, our liberation, that independence, that liberation is taken away from us. Puppets are imposed on us through all forms of impositions, coup d'etats, assassinations, bogus elections, manipulated electoral processes, and puppets are installed. We were colonized by companies. The Dutch East Indian Company, the British South African Company, Anglo, and so on. We fought our liberation battles. We fought our Chimurengas. We won partial victories. But today, those we defeated, fully or partially, are back again to install their new rule through puppets of all forms. Now they have even created the foundations. Mining corporations have created foundations whose sole purpose is to create leaders for us. Support puppets, install them. They are supporting puppets in this country, in South Africa. They are supporting puppets in Zimbabwe. They have installed puppets in Zambia. They are supporting puppets in Uganda. Why should a mining corporation be interested in who rules a country, who governs a country, who leads a country? This is simply because they don't want to relinquish control over these countries, which they once controlled directly, and they have been controlling indirectly, and they want to continue controlling forever and ever. Amen. But we know that where there is a crucifixion, there must also be a resurrection. This world order that is not working for us, we cannot continue with it. A few years ago, 5 of our leaders or our governments from Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa came together, gathered some bricks, and created the brick structure. Today, we need more bricks to create a bigger and much bigger brick structure. If we should have any hope of getting out of this order that is not beneficial to us. Comrade Ivan said it. The summit or the meeting that is coming for the BRICS in August has been receiving only publicity about whether President Putin will come here or not here, whether he will be arrested when he comes here or he will go scot-free.
Bluetooth disconnected.
This should not be our debate. President Putin and the Russian people were for us. We are with us when we were fighting to liberate ourselves. Against who? Against them. They were not here. And Putin should be arrested on African soil, in Southern Africa, in South Africa. It will never happen. It won't happen. They are dreaming. They are asking for an impossibility. There's no way the South African people, as I know them, will allow President Putin to be arrested here. Some are even suggesting that the conference or the meeting, the summit, should be taken elsewhere. Why should it be taken elsewhere? We need it here in our region. And it should take place in our region, and it will take place in our region. And President Putin will attend. I don't see the African National Congress-led government arrest Putin. I don't see the thousands and thousands of workers, South African workers, poor South Africans, allow that. It won't happen. There are many criminals that they are not calling for their arrests. George Bush is still there, out in Iraq and other places. Tony Blair still comes here freely. Who has ever called for his arrest? For the thousands. President Clinton, also killed. Who has called for his arrest? We are not fools. We won't be fooled. They have taken us for granted for too long. It is time that stops. We are also human beings with a sense of dignity and some intelligence. We can see things for ourselves, we can analyze things for ourselves, and come to our own conclusions. And our conclusion today is the current world economic order, the current world political order is not working for us. We need our own alternative. And the BRICS offers us this alternative. Instead of discussing the many challenges our people face that the BRICS is trying to address, the focus is on the arrest of Putin. We have energy deficiencies, serious energy deficiencies in this region, because The energy development of this region was there to satisfy a few mining corporations' interests or needs, and some privileged racial groups who had access to electricity. And because of that, they developed electricity in a narrow way. They thought the electricity they generated was enough. Now more and more of our people in Zambia, in Angola, in Congo, in Namibia, in Botswana, in South Africa, Mozambique, Zimbabwe need access to electricity. We need the BRICS order, the BRICS arrangement to help us deal with this issue. Even if we start transporting small or exporting small surpluses here and there, there's a small surplus from Mozambique, we send it to South Africa. There's small surplus in Zambia, we send it to South Africa. It won't work. We need a much more coordinated, a much more broader outlook to energy. And that energy that we're going to develop, it should be developed on our terms, in accordance with our needs, in accordance with our possibilities. We never dictated to them how they developed. They used us actually to develop. It is time for us to determine the way we develop. It's not going to be business as usual. Time for revolutionary change is needed. The world cannot continue to be divided between slave masters and slaves. We were slaves for a long time. We are still slaves in a different way. We need a world without slaves. We need a world based on solidarity, equality, and respect for each other. This is not the world we are getting. They are today celebrating, today focusing on so much on President Putin. They did not care when that criminal, that assassin, who 10 years ago or 30 years ago assassinated our leader. They didn't care about him getting out of prison. Yet he's a worse criminal who could have set this country in a bigger and bigger flames if the leadership of the African National Congress was not clear about the immediate and long-term objectives of their struggle. Comrades, the world is changing. A world dominated by one imperial power is no longer sustainable. We have lived under a bipolar world. We thought it was bad. Today, we have experienced what it is to live in a one-polar world, dominated by the United States in all forms, politically, economically, militarily, and so on. We know what we've endured. We know what this world order has given us, and it has not given us. We cannot continue on this path. A path where only what they want prevails. If they want you not to touch coal, you don't touch coal. If they want you to support their war somewhere else, you have to support their war. Even if they never fight in your wars, in your battles. They never fought with us. We have fought their wars, they have never fought our wars. We fought for them in the Second World War, we fought for them in the First World War. These were their wars. They were not there in our wars of liberation. They were not with us at the Battle of Rwanda. They were not with us in the battle against the Portuguese in Angola, in Mozambique, in Cape Verde, in Guinea-Bissau. They were not with us in our liberation struggle, in our first and second Chimurenga in Zimbabwe. Today they want to tell the people of Zimbabwe they should be ruled by their puppets, funded by Anglo-American Corporation through the Prentice Foundation. Yes, our liberators have made mistakes, many mistakes. They have made many errors. They have not done everything the right way. But that is not enough reason to replace them with puppets of imperialism, puppets or agents of mine transnational operations. It would be a huge mistake. There is a debate here whether the ANC will get the majority or not. And there are people who are already preparing for a DA government here. It will not happen. Whatever our differences, when a lion enters the village, you forget about your differences. Whether you had accused each other of witchcraft, of this and that, when the lion is in the village, you forget about that and you face the lion. When you have killed it, then you can come and address those issues that never rot. For now, our main objective is to defend our liberation. Whatever our weaknesses, and there are many weaknesses, and we should not lose objective of that. We can never hand over power that we died for to imperialism again, or insurgents. We must be able to distinguish the mistakes of our comrades, the mistakes of our friends, the mistakes of our allies, from the actions of our enemies. Sometimes it's very easy to mistake the mistakes of your ally, the weaknesses of your allies, your comrades, for the actions of the enemies. Let's not make that mistake. Let's not give back power to those we got through protracted struggles, in which so many of our people, so many of our fellow comrades died. These are the people we were fighting yesterday. Today they are pretending to be with us. But their actions show a very, very different pattern. They simply want to use us again. They have used us for more than 500 years. Let's put an end to that. It can't be business as usual. There is a lot to say. I can be here for an hour or two.